Welcome to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain your week. Got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in a question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts. And allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to Masters of the Nerdiverse, where we always have such sights to show you. You can always find this prehistoric podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. With me, as always, is my super charismatic co-host.
Hello.
He's dying, ladies and gentlemen, right before your very eyes.
I'm sick.
You get to see it. You get to see him die before you and then be reborn from the ashes.
As an imposter.
As Super Saiyan. As Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He has the blue hair now. It's weird. And he's an imposter.
Yes.
You know what trips me out is like in Star Trek, that the idea that every time you go into like the transporter, technically you've died and a brand new you is sent down to the planet.
I don't like that.
So it's like, I don't like that idea. It makes me not want to be in Star Trek.
And I don't like it when people say technically and then they talk about fictional Star Trek.
Well, what do you want, man? You know, there's a guy who's damn near created a holodeck in his house, man.
Yes.
It's all very technical.
I want him to seek medical attention.
Nah, man. Technically, dinosaurs have feathers. Is that a true statement? Oh, man. You know, technically, the T-1000 runs on nuclear energy.
Yeah. Thanks, Obama.
Obama had everything to do with Skynet.
Yeah.
I just know it. He's too smart. You know,
he loves the memes.
Stephen Hawking's. He loves the memes. He keeps them up.
Yeah.
You know, Obama has like this weird like data chest of just memes he's been saving for his daughters for the future. You know, when all currency is just in meme form.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So how was my week, you asked? It was great.
Yeah, your week's awesome.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah,
Omega lol.
My week was fantastic. I found out that Preacher Season 2 is now out on Hulu, so I'm going to be watching that.
Yeah. I thought you said Preacher Tooth. I was like, that sounds hype.
That's a horror movie about a preacher who had all his teeth taken out, and he seeks to... Yeah, that would be a good movie.
You grind a preacher's tooth into dust and pour it in your soda, you get like a 5% buff on Holy. So,
oh, you're just on it with the creativity tonight. Did you take your Ritalin tonight, or what's going on?
No, I'm just super tired. The problem with Mike G, ladies and gentlemen, is that the sleepier I get, the crazier I get. So this is probably going to be a weird episode. So I apologize beforehand. But yeah,
I watched Preacher.
That Preacher Teeth Bone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm watching that. I'm also watching. I'm on season 2, almost done with season 2 of NYPD Blue.
Yeah,
it still blows my mind that ABC has these type of shows, and it's a Walt Disney company. But we already talked about that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro.
Disney ain't so family friendly.
No, they got Touchstone and Miramax, whatever they want.
So then there's that. I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, one of the dumbest movies I ever watched. That would be a toss it. A strong toss it.
What? You can't understand and appreciate that slice of Americana?
It made me like hate the director. after like reading about the production, about how he comes from the successful first movie and then goes, I want to make a black comedy movie, but the series is already set as a horror flick. No, I want to make it a black comedy. Like,
see, this is what happens when you don't respect the source material, ladies and gentlemen.
but it's his own source material. That's what I don't get.
What an asshole, dude. It's like, you talk about Toby Hooper, right?
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. He's like, I want to do what I want.
Now,
You know what's funny?
I was thinking he was Toby Hopper because Dennis Hopper was in the movie. Like, oh, maybe that's his son.
Damn.
But no.
His cousin or something.
Yeah, but he did make Poltergeist, so I do give him that. But
hey, he's a national treasure then, right?
For some,
did you know that in Poltergeist the bones were real, dog?
No,
the Poltergeist bones were real, man.
Wild
stuff.
You live in LA. You can confirm this story. This Hollywood.
I can
story.
confirm everything. Man.
Okay, so you know that one animal movie called Milo and whoever Opie and Milo, whatever it's called.
Okay, I'm with you.
Do you know the movie though?
I know Milo. He's like the little weird dog.
Yeah, there's a dog and then there's a cat in the movie.
Are you talking about Homeward Bound, bro?
No. It's hold on. Well, I'm gonna have to do another Google search. It's cats, and this kind of reveals what I was gonna ask. Cats and dogs died
living
on
together.
Set of animal movie.
Man, there's gonna be a lot of things to pop up for that, man.
Yeah, The Adventures of Milo and Otis. So,
oh yeah, Milo and Otis. Yeah. So
apparently, there's like a urban legend, although it might be true, to where, for instance, there's a scene of, I believe, the cat going down the river, and they had to use 3 different cats for that scene because the box kept drowning. And then,
shit!
And then there's a scene where the dog is fighting a bear, and they went through like several dogs for that scene because the bear kept winning. Yeah.
When was this made? What year? I'll tell you.
1986.
That mess is true as shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm figuring like everyone's coked out of their minds. And then
nobody cared about animal cruelty in the 80s, bro.
Right.
It's real sad and not funny, but at the same time, yeah, that shit happened. You know, they did not care, man. There's a scene in Cannibal Holocaust, which is a weird movie that no one should watch ever, where they literally disembowel a turtle on screen, like a real life turtle. They tear the poor thing apart just to get a shot. It's the freaking worst, dude. So yeah, if it was made anything before like 95, all the animal cruelties happened on screen.
Yeah.
They killed a real scorpion and predator, man.
Well, at least,
no bueno.
At least it's no longer orphans like the pre-50s.
Shit. Yeah. Like, you ever seen Freaks? The old school 1932 Freaks?
No, I haven't.
Where they just got real life carnies to be in the movie.
I could see
so it's like actual pinheads and quadriplegics and stuff.
Well, that's what they did for the Sentinel. If you didn't
love the Sentinel.
Yeah,
for the Sentinel, they had people with actual like deformities on there.
And that's what my mom would say every time you talk about it. She's like, I like the movie because they had a lot of freaks. And I'm like, what? Because they had like real deformed people. I'm like, oh.
Like, Mom, slow down. Like that's how my mom is though. So she's like, like Pet Cemetery. It's like, did they really hurt a dog?
Now,
my mom was like,
do you think your mom has calmed down as she's gotten older? Or
nah, she's turned up super hard. She's asking me for horror movies. She's like, Michael, have you seen Martyrs? I'm like, Mom, don't talk to me about Martyrs.
No, my mom won't watch The Exorcist anymore.
My mom wouldn't let me watch Exorcist until I was a grown ass man. Until like I had like bills
last
and
year.
shit. Yeah, like I just saw it last year.
Yeah.
She would not allow it. It was not allowed in her house. Like my mom is my mom was who got me into horror movies, but certain movies were like off limits.
Right.
And Exorcist was one of them.
And it's like my mom is a Hellraiser fan, or she used to, but now she's like, I don't need that in my life anymore.
I just don't need that stress.
Yeah, but it's like I don't
That's
see
funny.
those as like scary. I mean,
Nah, man.
I did get a little scared at some movies. Like any Japanese horror film freaks me out.
It's funny you mentioned that
Yeah.
because growing up, I was a real big scaredy cat, man. I couldn't watch horror movies when I
Yeah.
was super little. So my dad he would make the movies funny to me. Like he would make little jokes and stuff during the movies that would make me laugh. So now, unless the movie is actually scary, I just laugh through it. Like it's all silly to me.
Right.
Unless it's like something that completely freaks me out or just totally disturbs me. I find myself laughing like during Hellraiser. It's hilarious to me now. Like at this point,
Well,
but if I see something like,
yeah, I was just gonna butt in with my childhood story, and then we could move. So, yeah, there was horror movies, but then we would go to a summer camp, Christian summer camp, and the counselor would start. This was a guy who like was a little rough around the edges. Now that I think about it, and lived in a trailer park, and all like, yeah, just let our kids hand over our kids to him. And he would tell us these stories called Dynamite Dan, Heartless Harry, or my favorite, Chainsaw Charlie, which would be a guy who went to camp just like us. And it was before the days of OSHA and all this other stuff. And you had to, and they allowed kids to use chainsaws. And he was hurt. He lost his arm in a chainsaw accident. And he still roams the hills, and that's when the other counselor kicks down the door with like a chainsaw and just like revs it up, and I would like piss myself every time.
man, it's funny. Like, you know why they told kids campfire stories like that? It's so that the kids wouldn't run around at night.
Oh, they would?
Exactly.
Okay.
So they were so freaked out of their minds that they would be too scared to go outside, to go to the girls' camping area and have themselves a bit of fun. So you're like from 0 to 10, you're ultra gullible. You'll just believe whatever.
Yeah.
So but that's super old. Like since like before the beginning of time, they would tell campfire stories to keep people in the camp. If you go out there, a werewolf's going to get you. It got me. Look at my scar. And he, has a giant scar on his throat. And so all the kids like stick next to the fire. You know what I mean? That's pretty dope.
So how was your week?
Man. My week, dude. I watched a bunch of crappy movies, dude. It's becoming the norm now. Oh, dude. I watched actually I take that back. It was like half and half. I watched Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Buy it, stream it, toss it.
Stream it.
Okay.
Stream it. It's middle of the road. Everybody's been hyping this movie up for me. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Jumanji is amazing. It's great.
They already
it's
have
funny."
a sequel confirmed, I believe. So
yeah, because it's made more money than Spider-Man: Homecoming. That thing. So
it made
nuts.
$5.
It made $10 whole.
Uh-huh.
I see why, because it is funny. Jack Black kills it.
Uh-huh.
Dwayne, of course, is doing his thing. It's just not a Jumanji movie, man. It's very thinly veiled behind what Jumanji is, and it's like it doesn't make sense
Because it's a video game now, right?
Yeah, and the reason it's a video game is the stupidest thing ever. I kind of don't want to spoil it because there's people who haven't seen it, but it's just not Jumanji. Like when I think of Jumanji, I think of real weird, like disproportionate animals chasing you, and you're playing a board game, and like giant spiders and monkeys that can fire automatic weapons while riding motorcycles, like crazy stuff. And really, the animals in Jumanji were on the forefront. That was kind of the big draw. Whereas in this movie, the big draw is Jack Black and The Rock and
short
other
woman.
people. short black male and tall redheaded lady. And it just didn't feel like if it was a good movie, you could have called it anything else and it would be good. It's just slapping Jumanji on it kind of cheapens it for me. I'm at the age where that's kind of bothering me a lot now. It's where you just call something something.
Look at my life.
Oh man, get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Don't Drive My Gran Torino. Speaking of old men, the other movie I watched finally was Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
I didn't see that.
Never seen it before.
I thought you were going to say No Country for Old Men.
Oh no, I've seen that. That movie's dope. But I watched Heat for the first time with Val Kilmer, Natalie Portman. I didn't even know she was in that. It's crazy. A young Natalie Portman. She must have been like 14, maybe like right off of The Professional.
Oh,
she was young. The movie's great. I like a good heist movie.
That was like the second generation of ensemble casting movies.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, the casting is really good. You know what I mean? It's not forced. It doesn't feel forced at all. Like,
right?
Think about it. We're talking about two different ensemble movies. One is Jumanji. Check out therockflex.com, and the other is Heat, where it's like a battle of wits between Pacino and De Niro, and everybody's bringing their A game, and the action is directed perfectly. Yeah. Oh man, it's such a good movie.
Now, was this pre-crazy Pacino? Was this pre-crazy?
No, he's ultra crazy in this movie.
You mean to tell me that I'm the devil?
He was like, your wife has a sweet ass. Just screamed at this guy.
Yeah.
It like, the scene was quiet for like a good 4 seconds. Just everybody was just staring up at you. It's so funny. You could tell he ad-libbed it. And like all the other actors are like, what? And then he just went on with his line like real calm. Pacino's ultra nuts in this movie. De Niro, he's kind of low key. But Pacino almost makes the movie not watchable because he's so out of control. And he's like Nicolas Cage out of control, where it's like he's normal and then he's like 100,000. Then he powers down. I think he's like at 100,000 again. So it's like I'll be doing something else, like I'll drift away from the screen, check my phone, and he'll just scream, and I just have to look at the screen. It's like, what happened? It's like, nah, it's just nuts. So watched Heat. It was awesome. I would buy it. Of course, buy it. It's a classic. And I'm not playing video games right now because I'm burnt out on Monster Hunter World. So I'm just going to wait until God of War comes out in like a week. So it's fine. That's pretty much my week. It's just really slow motion, just catching up on old movies and, not let the night wolf get me. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to the news then, sleepyhead.
I am so tired. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to bring my 1200% game now for the news. You're getting me so hyped. Yeah. I just want to punch a wall right now, just out of sheer hypeness. Oh man, this is a pretty hype news. Couple of news articles. Let's start with the obvious news that happened this week. WrestleMania, dude. Let's just talk about WrestleMania 34 happened.
Oh, that was the different WrestleMania theme song.
I love that song.
Yeah, who sings that?
What song you're talking? Is that what is that? The guy who sung Sledgehammer?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Say his name. I don't remember it.
Peter Gabriel.
Peter Gabriel, yeah. Like,
he's got the weird vocals.
Yeah. Like if I ever get married, I want to come down the aisle to big time.
Yeah.
Like a big ass suit. I want to come down like Joker did in 1989 Batman. Who do you trust?
No.
That's how. At first, I have to find a woman that would be okay with that, which probably don't exist anymore.
Hey, they're making them in Asia as we speak. They only take 4 AA batteries.
That's what's up, dude. No, I can't do the artificial shit. Unless it was like a sleeve, like an ultra carbon, then I can mess with that. That's disturbingly gross. Yeah. But WrestleMania happened. I'm not really a wrestling mark like I used to be, but WrestleMania is always this cool thing as a kid that would happen every year. And it was always like this big thing about it. And I just like the idea of WrestleMania still going strong for future children to idolize their wrestling, the pantheon of wrestlers, and as they call them nowadays, entertainers. So, of course, The one wrestler I like, my favorite wrestler now, it's like one of the female wrestlers. Her name is Asuka, and she's kind of like a living JoJo Bizarre Adventure character. She's super cool. She doesn't speak any English, so she screams at the mic in Japanese, and everybody's like, "Yeah, you mad?"
Yeah.
And she dresses like she dresses like an anime character. She's so cool. She's like my favorite wrestler right now. Yeah. And like the Miz will be interviewing her, and she'll say something really cool in Japanese, like, I'm going to forgo my humanity to defeat Charlotte Flair. But she says it all in Japanese and real angry. And the Miz is like, yo, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Whatever you said, I co-sign. You know, you the homie. So yeah. She's awesome. And of course The Rock was there, I believe. And I heard it was a really good show this year, because last year was kind of lackluster. So, but with WrestleMania and with wrestling in general, it's really ebb and flow. You know what I mean? Depends on what era you're in.
Well, they don't have me riding for it, so that's the problem.
You need to just go up there with like one of those hacksaw Jim Duggan giant planks of wood, and just be like, "Look, y'all gonna let me write for y'all."
I personally think they should have done a whole storyline of one of the characters being a Trump supporter, and then have
that was Sabu, the We the People guy.
Have Sabu from come out of retirement, and then they do an Extreme Rules match.
I want there to be a storyline where they find like a guy who looks like the Undertaker, but he's real young, and I want him to come from the past to warn the Undertaker about the future.
No,
I want like a time travel storyline.
I
want a time travel storyline.
I cannot stand the supernatural elements of WWE. It doesn't make any sense.
Does it need to? Does it really need to? No. Remember that time Undertaker was going to take over that guy's body? You remember that time he was gonna have a black wedding with Stephanie McMahon? It's real stupid, dude.
It's like wrestling used to take things out of the headlines and turn those into stories. Like Iron Sheik, that's all his career is. It's just out of the headlines.
No. The dumber wrestling is the better, man. Remember when Eddie Guerrero was fighting for custody of his own kid in a ladder match?
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I can handle that. But what I can't handle is like Boogeyman I could handle as well.
Boogeyman is awesome, dude.
Boogeyman was going more for like the crazy stunts of like, he's a crazy man. He's eating worms. Okay, so what I didn't like about WrestleMania was I think Ronda Rousey is now part of the WWE.
Yeah, that was her official. I heard she did well, though. Ronda Rousey made her debut in a match against Stephanie and Triple H.
Yeah, and Kurt Angle.
But
I didn't like her outfit.
She looks like Roddy Piper.
Yes, I'm like, come on. You could come up with your own outfit. And she was struggling with like the outfit herself. You see her constantly trying to fix her clothing and everything.
Yeah.
There was a couple of times where the move that she was doing didn't quite land. So it kind of like you could purposely see the person spinning out of the way, sort of thing. She didn't land like they didn't land properly, in my opinion.
It's her first time, man. Like everybody, it takes a minute. Like
right, but they give her WrestleMania for her first time.
I think Goldberg got WrestleMania his first time out, or somebody did. Well, she's a big name, dude. She's a big draw. Yeah. Like all the big draws now were dudes who started up. Like all the guys who were like adapted into it. There's never really been that many big names since like Patricia Arquette's brother, the one that was in Scream. His debut was in WrestleMania. But she'll be fine. She just has to get better mic work, and she just has to tighten up her reps, and that's if she cares enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like some guys never care.
And what they need to do is bring back ECW. Try it.
Bro, it's over.
try for the fourth time in under 20 years to revamp it. And don't give Paul Heyman full control. Just give him a little bit. And there you go.
I just want them to bring back WCW Nitro. That's all I want.
Don't listen to him.
Bring back Hollywood. Bring back Halloween Haunt. Halloween Haunt was the sweetest, dude.
No, you're going back Supernatural. You're going back
be Supernatural, dude. Like, I want stupid stuff. I want, like, remember when Kane was literally from hell? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kane and Undertaker had to fight in a Hell in a Cell match.
I think they just need more weapons. That's what I need combat zone wrestling.
Well, they can't cut anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? So
they can't. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't cut no more. You know, it's PG. You know, we're in the PG era, so you can't blade no more. You can't sell it too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Speaking of things that are going to be sold, probably sold out, is these Spyro-the-Dragon is coming back in a remastered trilogy. And it looks really, really, really good. Have you seen pictures of this thing? It's Spyro 1, 2, and 3. What? Oh, man.
Tell them to just make a new Spyro. Stop giving us rehashed.
Fine, dude. Trust me, I'm a firm believer in give me new to stop remastering. But man, it's like the love they put into this thing. It like reminds me of Shadow of the Colossus. Like they put it's like night and day. Because a lot of those old PS1 games did not age well at all, dude. Right. They look super rough. So they just
clicked render in HD, and now everyone's
like
going.
It's brand new models, dude. It looks crazy good, dude.
Just let me be angry.
Never. Because when I'm angry, you never let me be angry.
That is true. True.
Yeah, we have to balance each other out. But I feel you though. It's like I don't want to I would, as long as I'll take a remaster over a re-release any day. Because if you just give me Spiral again, like I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
But
yeah.
No. But if you were to remaster something like Knights of the Old Republic, you know what I mean? Like total new models, new rendering systems. Like I would buy it because that game was a blast to play. But it looks really good. I'm just saying, like, we'll see. Like, maybe this will spur them to actually make a new Spiral, kind of like what they did with Crash Bandicoot. Maybe the next generation will be the generation for kids, where you'll have a lot more kid-based games like Spiral, Medieval, and Crash. I would love a new Crash game. You know what I'm saying? Like, plus Spiral's purple. Can't defeat purple.
Yeah.
No one can defeat that perp. Oh, man. Speaking of things that cannot be defeated, you know what? I'm going to save that for the last because I'm too hype about that. I'm just going to go into a code. Why the Last Man is finally being greenlit for its pilot on FX, and I cannot be happier. If you don't know what Why the Last Man is, do you know what it is, Winter?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you should tell the audience. Because you probably can explain it better.
Real easy. What Why the Last Man is pretty much a story about, I think his name is Yurik. He's the last man on Earth. And pretty much that means that the human race is done for unless they can figure out why this happened. It's one of my favorite graphic novels that I read coming up. I found it during a comic book club at Jeffrey's Comics. And I just super can't wait to see what they do with this show. Are you familiar with the book at all? A little bit?
Yeah. Who wrote it again, though? Was it Frank?
I think it was Brian K. Vaughan who wrote it.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's like one of those like comic books where it's like it's not capes and cowls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that makes it even more interesting. Like during a time in college, I was like was super over Marvel or DC and just wanted to read good storytelling.
Yeah.
And Why the Last Man was one of them. So super hyped for that. Yeah.
That's why I like it. It has nothing to do with the two.
And it's just, it can be anything. It could be it can be a TV show, which is going to be, it could be a movie. You know what I mean? And it's one of those that it's like Road to Perdition. You know what I mean? That's like, did you know that was a comic book? You know, it's like,
Yeah.
or was History of Violence a comic book too? I don't remember. Probably not. It was, right?
Yes.
Cool. See,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think this could be something like The Walking Dead, where there's still people who've been watching The Walking Dead since season 1 and have no idea it's from a comic book. You know what I mean?
It's from a comic
stop
book.
watching. What? So yeah, people are dumb. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. Who do I want to play? Who would I want to play? Yorick? Doesn't matter, you know, because it's just gonna be some no.
Sam Worthington. Oh,
He's the worst, man. He was in Netflix's Titan.
yeah.
Don't watch Titan. I talked about that last week. Titan is the weakest.
Sam Worthington.
Oh man,
That's all I got.
Sam Worthington, Brian Bosworth. Speaking of Brian Bosworth, this actually has nothing to do with Brian Bosworth. But have you seen the Meg
I
trailer?
saw a little bit of it, and I'm surprised that you're excited about this.
I'm so excited about the Meg, bro. The Meg, dog.
I think you need help.
Let's go.
But
Watch the Meg trailer, dude. It's about a giant prehistoric shark. It's a dark shark, man. It just goes through, and Jason Statham is in it, dude. It's gonna be like Jurassic
need a bigger
World.
boat. That's my Jason Statham.
We're going to need a bigger ocean. And the shark is like the size of a blue whale, maybe bigger.
I do like the poster.
It's stupid and it looks so dumb and it looks amazing. Everything about it is cool. It's like Deep Blue Sea mixed with Jurassic Park mixed with like Bloodsport. This could be the best, dude. Cannot wait. Trailer, you see the shark's fin is like the size of like a 1-story house. And you know, it's like eating boats in its mouth, and it's like this huge ultra shark that you're gonna have to jump into. It's almost like Monstro from Pinocchio. It reminds me of Monstro.
Yeah.
Gosh.
But this is like too similar to a sci-fi movie that I saw, or no, it was on Hulu, called The Five-Headed Shark.
Yeah.
Where it was a big shark creature that had 4 heads in the front, and instead of a tail, it was another head. And it's in this vein of like creature features, which might be a good like 30-minute Twilight Zone episode, but I don't see how it could be an hour and a half long video. I'm still gonna watch it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, man.
I watch Sharknado every day.
Oh, watch! I'm gonna go see this first day it comes out, man. I'm a little too hyped for it, though.
Yeah.
I'm a little too hyped, man. Like, I want to see Meg in the worst way, dude. Like, you have no understanding of how much I want to watch this movie, man. Like, it's going down.
This is what the shark movie that I was talking about. It was in the same category of the Evil Bong series, if you ever saw this. Which is
Evil Bong. Those are horrible.
Oh, they look like hot trash. And then there's another series called Ginger Dead Man, which is also hot trash. And then guess what? There's a movie that combines Ginger Dead and the Evil Bong.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you were teasing me about like Doll Man versus the Demonic Toys.
I'm still saying it's all trash, but it's like Grover. You can handle Grover. He's a trash man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super dumb. Yeah, man, Grover will help you out. Him and Oscar. You know what I'm saying? They love the
They're Grover flicks, you know?
Grover flicks. You know, they love the slop. They eat up the slop, dude. Little Seinfeld reference. I'm gonna call them out every time I do.
Yes.
Questions.
I am burning up.
Me too. I think I'm telling you, the moose is outside your house, man. The mythical Northern California moose. It awaits you.
I feel like I'm getting a fever ever since I told people I was going to play Halo tonight. Halo 5.
Yeah, you don't want to play that, man. You would go lay down somewhere.
But I need it.
I need it. If you need it, send me a question. Send me a question to mastersofthenerdiversecast@gmail.com. Send that to mastersofthenerdiversecast@gmail.com. You ready for some questions there, Halo 5?
Let's do it. Halo 3.
I'll be Halo 3. It's fine. Yeah. When I was in my Halo Wars, so I'll fight you if I'm Halo Wars. Real easy question. This is just like a quality assurance question right here. Does ketchup belong on a hot dog?
No, I only put mustard.
Thank you. That's the correct answer. No, this is a real quick PSA to everyone within the sound of my voice. Stop putting ketchup on hot dogs. It's not meant for that. You put fancy mustard or regular mustard. You put chili, you put cheese, you put sauerkraut, you put onions, you put relish, whatever you want. Just don't put ketchup on it, man. Put it to the side for your French fries or your chips or whatever you got going. But just don't put it on the dog.
Now, would you put chopped tomatoes? Chopped tomatoes, Chicago style?
Yeah, Chicago style is fine, man. Like I get down with Chicago style. I like sauerkraut on my dogs, man. I'm a brat guy, so. And the fancy mustard.
Wait, what's the stereotype that you're bringing up now? Black guys like sauerkraut on their hot dogs?
Are you? What are we doing?
I thought you said something like I put sauerkraut on my dog.
No, man,
I'm a black guy.
My race had nothing
I thought
to do
you said that
with my hot dog selections.
Yeah, well, this is weird. Oh, this is awkward.
Man. I happen.
Is this how Bill O'Reilly got by?
You tripping? It's all love.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We can
just don't put ketchup on your hot dogs, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Oh man, what y'all know about that black sauerkraut? Second question.
I thought for sure. Okay. Second question. Hit me with it.
In fiction, what setting do you usually prefer? Past, the present, or the future?
I like past tense. I like a guy telling the story in the present, but he's going back to the past, like a crime, hard-boiled detective novel, like a noir. Like she was a dame, like any other dame.
That's what's up, man.
Sort of stuff like that. Yeah, she came in with rain pitter-pattering on the tin roof.
Man, I like, like that. When it's so far flung in the future that it looks like the past. You know, like the Flintstones. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's like people it's like cavemen with sticks and it's like Horizon Zero Dawn, where you open up to people who look like they're maybe Native American, like old school, and they're like sharpening like their arrowheads, but they go outside and it's like,
isn't that like the Shannara Chronicles?
Yeah, man, that's what I like, man. I like the super futures where it's like, they look to the side and there's like a dilapidated, Golden Gate Bridge. It's like, that was here before us. Let
me ask you this. Yeah. Do you like the Battlestar Galactica, which is like it's in the super past, but they have future technology?
Yeah, because that's like Fallout. You know what I'm saying? Like Fallout's this weird super future, but it's it's like if time stopped in the 50s, but if the 50s had super high tech, you know what I mean? So it's this weird juxtaposition of past and future. So yeah, I mess with that. I definitely messes with that for reals. And last question.
Yes.
When is it a good time to tell your significant other that you're a nerd?
In the very beginning, because they already know that you're a nerd.
Yeah, they can sniff that out real quick, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, what if you low key like are really like just kind of smooth with it? Like your freak flag doesn't fly that easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's little hints that they'll get.
Well, this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, little hints. It's kind of like what I would go, like, if I would like a woman to tell me that she was born a man before anything happened. So, and it's a similar example.
I don't think those two correlate together, man. Like, it's being...
It's a similar example where you want them to tell you in the very beginning, so you know what you're getting into.
I mean,
you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
I feel that, dude. comparing. Hey, I was, I was born a dude versus, I collect Gundams. I don't.
Yeah,
I think one's
those
a
are
bigger
both
deal breaker.
shocking.
I think one's a bigger deal breaker than the other.
Oh, you're not talking about deal breakers. You're just wanting to know a good time to relay info. And I would say don't hide in the closet. Let it be open.
You know what? I accept that, man. Because, like I said, like I'll say little hints and little like quotes and stuff in the first date.
Yeah.
Just to see if she's on my level. You know what I'm saying? If she's not, then that's fine. I'll adjust. But if like she comes back with it, then I'm like, yo, she may be the one, bro.
She's the man eater. Yeah, that's the song that comes on.
Yeah, man, that song changed my life, bro. Oh man, what you
Lola changed my life. By the Kinks.
Lola.
Yeah,
you gotta make your mouth super wide when you say Lola. What you looking forward to, man? What's coming up? What you looking forward to, man?
I'm looking forward to more NYPD Blue. I'm excited about the weekend. I would like to get a paycheck soon, so I'm excited about that.
Get paid is fun.
Yeah. Pay some bills. I bought some tamales from a fundraiser, so I'm gonna buy those and eat those.
I want some tamales.
And doing homework. I still have like stacks of books around my house that I need to go through.
Yeah, man. Learn. Knowledge is power, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's fun to learn. Yeah.
It's fun. Fun to learn. Fun to learn it does.
Because knowledge is power.
Yeah, man. That's what I was doing, dude. See? Yeah. That's what they call the fray. Yeah. They call that the fray when two brains connect, dude.
Or how about, can you connect to this from the show, Hey Arthur? Having fun isn't hard if you got a library card. Having fun.
See, you lost me on that one, bro. But
all right, let's end the show.
No, on that note, right?
So we've brought up people born a different gender.
Yeah.
That they identify now. We've brought up black sauerkraut.
Yeah.
I say we. I say we, but it's actually me bringing it up, and you're just the victim in this scenario.
Black sauerkraut's going to be like the name of this episode.
I was wondering. I'm like, it's either going to be that or it's going to be you're something else. I say it's always
man. You always come up with the crazy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna work in black sauerkraut somewhere in the title of this episode. It's too
you're
good.
Howard Stern. You're Howard Stern, and I'm the fat sidekick that he had.
Artie Lang.
Yeah, Artie Lang.
Hey, as long as you're not Baba Booey, though, just don't be Baba Booey, man.
No.
Dude. The Rampage comes out with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm looking forward to watching that shit.
Call it now.
Toss it. Easy. But I have Movie Pass and it's technically free, so whatever. I'm just going to go see it. Oh, man. That's all I'm looking forward to. Like, I want to see A Quiet Place because everyone's saying it's dope before I miss it. So I'm probably going to see that sometime this week. So those probably be the two movies I talk about next week. And that's it, man. I'm just catching up on some sleep because I'm a tiredsman. I'm a sleeps dudes. Oh, man. Any passing thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
If you ever wanted to become a rapper, now's the time to do it.
It's so easy, guys. It's so easy to be a rapper. You don't even have to be smart.
I've thought about doing it. Yeah.
It's so easy. Just if you like memes and you can go on YouTube and find you a beat, you can just put it up for free and just snap a lot and tattoo your face and look like a piece of shit. Anybody can be a rapper now, dude. It's so easy.
No, my whole look is going to be the stepdad on vacation look. So it's going to be shorts. It's going to be like an 80s polo shirt tucked in with like a braided belt, socks up to my calves.
Do it.
And then have like a fanny pack, and in the song, I already have like a song in my head talking about I pay bills.
Yeah,
I have more bills than a duck farm.
See,
Something like that.
see, my dream is that I want to dress a werewolf up like Tubbs from Miami Vice, and I want him to be a werewolf dancing at Venice Beach, and have like werewolf girls around him and stuff. And I want to talk about how sick the full moon is. The whole album's just about how dope full moons are.
Now, do you dream about this after you huff some acetone?
No, man, this is natural. Like me on drugs.
Oh, so weed.
Me on drugs is boring because normal me is way more fascinating, man. That's why I don't do drugs. Dare it up. Did you know that D.A.R.E was put in the? It was the reason it was called D.A.R.E was to put it in public schools to dare kids to actually try drugs in the inner city.
I don't believe it.
Rough life, man. On that note,
I don't believe it for a second. You already got it rough in the inner city. Like you have CIA giving out drugs. They don't need
the war on drugs. You know what? Yeah. The name of this episode is gonna be like "Dare to try black sauerkraut."
Yeah.
Oh, that's the name of this podcast.
Is it racist? Question mark.
Question mark. I'm
racist?
Question mark. Dare to try black sauerkraut. Yeah. No one's gonna know what we're talking about. It's amazing. And of course, I'm gonna do the acronym of DARE. Please dare to like, comment, or subscribe on this podcast through iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and Google Play. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G.
And I'm your host, Winter Sturdivant, yo.
And we will always ask you, yo, to take that yo step, be yo.